Welcome everyone to this edition of Hardcore Wrestling Radio's Raw Reaction. Oh, I am your hardcore host, Rick Head, and I got the hardcore crew with me. First, we'd like to welcome back James from the Big Easy. James, what's up?
So we live in a world where commissioner is above GMs. Okay.
Well, we're going to get to that in a minute, and I'd like to, of course, welcome the incomparable Lance Moss. He's over at youtube.com/Lance Moss TV. Lance, what's up?
Oh, not much. Let's have some fun with this.
Yep. Now, we're going to start off early in the night where Seth Rollins comes out for the Raw Report spoof interview with Roman Reigns. It was obviously fictitious, where um, Rollins continues to do the whole Roman Reigns suspension due to the drug use, and Rollins would ask these weird questions, and obviously you can see there's cuts from Reigns having nothing but negative comments, which was from a different interview. James, what was your thoughts of that segment?
It the whole that part was just like, I understand where they're going with this, but it's just like, why, why? But then once Dean Ambrose came out and there's like, Seth Rollins like, hey, I want my one-on-one match, and that they made it for next week's Raw, kind of intrigued me.
Well,
That Go ahead.
yeah, and I have to agree with you that next week's Raw, title match on Raw, I would have liked to have seen it tonight. I think that would have made things very cool. I think we have not seen just, hey, come on, let's have a WWE World Title match here, right now. No, expectations, and I think that's the thing that's really lacking, Lance. Another quick question: your thoughts on the interview, the Rollins report?
Well, I thought the actual footage was fucking hilarious because it's so, he took it so serious, but it's so damn obvious. I just laughed. It just how can you not? And yeah, Dean coming out being Dean's batshit crazy self, that just works because some of us, the universe might not know, but Dean can get fucking vicious. Just look up. I don't know.
It was
Death.
CCW when he was
Yeah,
John Moxley.
yeah, he has a mean streak in him.
And
And the Asylum match ain't shit compared to what he can do.
yeah, I have seen some of his matches, and he is incredible. I really think they're gonna keep on the title for him for a long time. I think this triple threat, and even despite that, what's going on with Roman Reigns, I thought they were gonna try to make him a heel, but it looks like they're trying to push him in a different direction. But let's move along. Uh, After that, we saw the Wyatt Compound challenge, and for those of you who watch TNA, the Hardys did a very similar thing where they did it was the final deletion match where it was outside, it was staged. You can see those clips, and I personally didn't like it just for the simple fact that there was those clips, and it was Jeff and Matt Hardy, like, fourth or fifth a match against each other over the years, and it's past its sell by date. When the compound match did something very similar. It was a little bit better produced. You can still see the clips, but the storyline, it really helped it along, especially with what's going on with Xavier Woods. Lance, what do you think's gonna happen with Xavier Woods in the direction they're gonna take him?
I'm not so sure on the whole people saying, "Oh, he's going to join the Wyatt family," but I do think this is the New Day is well the cat they that day on the calendar has pretty much been is starting to get the pin starting to come through and marking that day out.
Well, again, it's a strong possibility. I can see it going different ways. I don't think, again, I agree with you. I don't think they're gonna go with he's gonna join the Wyatt family. But you're gonna wonder if this is gonna take his character in a different direction as far as maybe he's gonna turn heel, or he could eventually prove that the New Day is gonna be stronger. But if they're gonna push the Wyatts, I think it's definitely gonna be a split of the New Day. James, over to you. Your thoughts?
Well, this is setting up really for a match at Battleground for the tag titles. And really, what I think is that, yeah, I agree that Xavier Woods is not going to join the Wyatts, because what would be the reason why he joined the Wyatts? That's my question. But I think this is going to be soon the end of the New Day, with the possibility. There's been reports, but I don't know. But they could split up the New Day on they could split up New Day on at the draft. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought, I've talked about before with Joseph Knight. We did an in the moment segment earlier this week where we talked about how where the titles should be and the division should be. But again, that's over on youtube.com/HWR show. We're here talking about Raw tonight. Now, for me, one of the worst matches was Titus versus Heath Slater. Titus has been getting his ass kicked over and over again, even when his family was being completely disgraced. He still jobbed out twice to Rusev. And they had to kind of give him this cheap win over Heath Slater. Uh, Unfortunately, Titus is just a stepping stone, Lance.
Yeah, I mean, hell, let's face it. New Day is, I mean, the social outcasts are basically Job Squad 3.0, and they had their leader get his ass whooped, and if this is the only guy you can beat, you don't put a bad taste in somebody's damn mouth. I'm sorry,
Who is
Titus,
two?
but you're screwed.
Who is 2.0?
Three-man band.
Yeah, and even still, it's just rehashed. Heath Slater has yet to get off the ground, and really anybody in there. I think the closest person that had an opportunity was Curtis Axel when they first tried to push him, and he actually beat Triple H. But again, it's just like there's nothing impressive about these guys, and I hope in the draft that's going to split everyone up. Um, but one of the better matches of the night was Cesaro versus Kevin Owens. Um, with the exception, of course, they have the whole Sami Zayn Owens fighting going feud, and hopefully after again Battleground, it'll be enough is enough. Um, James, we saw a new finisher from Owens. He did a fireman's carry into a neckbreaker. Are we seeing a new move, or was it just happen to be something different?
I think it might be something different, because I mean, he has done pop up powerbomb on Cesaro before, but I just think that with this part, I think he's just doing it because of Cesaro. I don't think he would want to do the pop. I think he's doing something different. He might be even testing it out, seeing if this is a more effective, more better maneuver than the pop up powerbomb. But you never know.
Well, that's a fair point, Lance, is what he said about they're trying to see if this new move is going to give Owens a more push. If you ask me, I think it's just an extra move they want to do. A pop up power bomb, obviously, I think will still be the finisher, but this could be something where it will be maybe a signature move.
Either signature or secondary move, like how AJ has the Styles Clash. While that should be his legit finisher, they make him do the flying or the phenomenal form of his finisher. This could be like Kevin Owens is like secondary.
Again, that's a good point. Years ago, Sheamus, when he did White Noise, he brought that in. He got some wins, and then after that, it just kind of became, like I said, more of a signature match, a signature move, because he hasn't really gotten any wins on it recently or anybody significant. But let's get to the meat of the matter, the real reason for the show, and it was the Vince McMahon who came out and said who we're going to have for a new GM, I'm sorry, it's commissioner for SmackDown. And, a lot of people, including myself, did not think that Stephanie and Shane were going to do the split. I thought they were going to keep them together and they were going to bring in somebody completely new, completely off the wall. And Vince completely says, nope, Shane, you're over on SmackDown. And then, of course, he gives his daughter, Steph, the extra kudos saying, you're running the flagship of Raw. And during this whole thing, Vince is trying to say, I want you two to fight with each other. I want, SmackDown versus Raw having those big fights. And Lance, to me, I'm sorry, but it just seems like another WWE versus uh, WWE's version of WCW, that type of war, and I don't know what to think of it.
Well, I see where you're getting at, but as long as they have their own shows, it won't be. I'm not sure if you're trying to say like the invasion, because that would suck hard. But if they do, they do the brand split better than they did with WWE versus ECW.
Well, that's a fair point. And again, like I said, it just kind of
Because
had,
WWE for that, fuck you.
yeah.
Um,
And
but
go ahead.
no, I was gonna say this that they originally did the whole WWE WCW type angle when they did the original brand split. That was why they did that because if you saw, it was what Eric Bischoff running Raw, Stephanie McMahon running SmackDown. It's basically that type of situation. Now with this, what's different about the original brand split is that you having two people running a show. You gotta have a commissioner who's the upper higher power, while they have a general manager. Now, this becomes very interesting now that they're bringing in a GM.
Yeah, that's right. Now, actually, that's what Vince announced next week. Both Stephanie and Shane have to have a general manager running for the show, while obviously Stephanie and Shane are doing the whole other aspect, the business aspect of their each show. And Vince, of course, made it very clear: if you guys have not picked someone else, I will pick them for you. And this raises a whole new question because throughout the past couple of weeks, we're asking who's the new CEO, COO or commissioner or whatever the word they choose to use at the point in time. Now, I guess it's officially commissioner. And now to find out that they completely spun it around, they threw that curveball, which I did expect to a point, and now we're seeing a couple of some new general manager, somebody else rising to power, and that's definitely going to be a conversation we're going to cover here on HWR throughout the week. Lance, over to you. Your thoughts of the GM twist?
Definitely, because I mean, let's face it, neither one of them. I mean, they both have busy lives outside of the WWE. I mean, Stephanie's got to raise kids and run the company, and Shane's doing what the hell ever he does over in China. So it's needed, and honestly, from what I've seen, I'm leaning a little bit towards SmackDown more than Raw for myself.
Yeah. Well, it's like again, there's a lot of possibilities. This is something in discussion, definitely for another time. We're gonna wrap things up here right now, and we want to know your thoughts. What did you think of Raw tonight? What did what did you think about Vince's decision on who should run SmackDown? Were you shocked, or did you expect something different? Please put your comments in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button in the upper right hand corner to support Hardcore Wrestling Radio at youtube.com/HWR Show. But if you want to join in the conversation, you want to shoot the shit with us, head on over to the Facebook and the group sections under the name HWR Chat Room. We want passionate wrestlers who can say what they want, how they fucking want to say it about wrestling. Get on over there and hang out with us. Again, I'm your hardcore host, and I would like to thank the hardcore crew for being with me. James, we haven't heard from you in a while. What's going on?
I just recently quit my job because I'm dealing with stuff, and plus I want to concentrate more on football season coming up. But if you can find me, you want to find me on Twitter at Fatboy504. You can find me on Twitch at Fatboy at twitch.tv/Fatboy504. You can also find me on YouTube, youtube.com/JTD70129.
Alright. And then we have the comparable Lance Moss. He's over at youtube.com/Lance Moss TV. Lance, you have a hangout every Wednesday. Tell everybody about it.
Well, basically anybody that knows me can ask for a link. I'll shoot them in. It's like I say, you never know who's going to show up, and we just shoot shit. There might be a topic, there might not. It just depends on how the hell I'm feeling.
And that's what it's pretty
Yeah,
much a free for all hangout.
yeah. I've been in a couple of it. Yeah, it's free for all.
Yeah. Well, With that, for the hardcore crew, I am your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying, we'll see you